Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. You should be doing fantastic actually. If you're a Chelsea fan, right now you should be the most fantastic. Nothing can ruin your day, nothing can ruin your week, except maybe Saturday because then we face Man City. We never know what's going to happen there. But Leeds were able to beat them, and West Brom were able to beat us. So it's kind of, rather lose to Leeds or West Brom. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you're doing fantastic because Chelsea are semi-finalists. We are through. What a stressful match. Anyway, before I get into all of that, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This video might be a bit late because it's like 3 or 2 in the morning here. So yeah, sorry about that, but let's get right into it. Amazing performance from Tuchel's men. It was one of those games even from the beginning. I think a few hours even before the match started, I started starting to make up excuses in my head like, you know what, maybe today because it's a Tuesday and the moon is not shining as bright and Ramadan just started and all of these different factors could make it that Chelsea may lose the tie. Like, I started making all these excuses, then I thought, no, but I think Ziyech and maybe Zuma are the only Muslims in the team, so everyone else is not fast. Like, I made up every excuse in my head because I was so nervous about the game, and it didn't change when the game actually started. My heart rate was up, and fortunately, our team did absolutely fantastic. Except for a little blip at the end. Thank goodness it wasn't that important. Part of me wanted to come on here and talk about, we lost and everyone's all happy and stuff, but we still lost. But I don't care about that. It's Tuchel's second loss, but it doesn't, in the scheme of things, it doesn't mean that much. Let's get right into the performance itself. I think starting off the way Porto set up, I definitely thought that they would have been more relaxed and try and hit us maybe on the counter attack because they had one up front, I think, and just the way the team sheet came out, it looked like Porto were going to be a bit more conservative. But obviously that's not what happened. Off the gate, they came out. They came with everything that they had. They made runs, little touches here and there. We had a little blip with our boy Ben Chilwell, who was beaten off the ball by Corona, and he could have scored. Thank goodness he didn't. I think it was just one of those matches where we needed a bit of luck. We needed a bit of a pass not going through or something like that, and that's exactly what happened. Talking individually, Mendy was good in goal as usual. I think he was so pissed off at the goal. He wants to keep his clean sheet, and I like that from my goalkeeper. Even if it's the 94th minute and the game is basically over and they score, he was still as angry as if the ball went in the first minute, which is fantastic. Looking at our defense, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta and Rudiger were perfect. They didn't put a foot wrong. Everyone was on point. And it was just great to see that chemistry between the three of them. I feel a bit sorry for Christensen because I definitely think Christensen deserves his spot in the team. But unfortunately, that didn't go. That's not going as planned because he's falling ill and all of that. But the two special players that I really want to focus on is N'Golo Kante and Jorginho. When we played against West Brom, Jorginho had probably his worst game under a Chelsea shirt that I can remember of. Everything that he did, his passes, everything that happened in the match that led to either Thiago Silva's red card or the goals, it had to do with Jorginho. But tonight he was perfect. He didn't put a foot wrong. He was the leader of the team. He was the organizer of the team. And right next to him, he had his partner in crime, N'Golo Kante, who again, I was worried about N'Golo Kante because he came from an injury, and obviously because Kovacic was injured, they kind of had to throw him in there. I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it, but he made it, and he made it very well. He was all over the pitch once again, making incredible tackles, last-ditch tackles, protecting our defense, protecting our goalkeeper like N'Golo Kante does. And when he needed to get forward, he got forward. There was one play where he beat the left back of Porto. I think it was the right back, sorry, of Porto. Made a little turn, passed the ball, I think, to Christensen, and then, you know, after that it was lost. But in that play, you could tell that N'Golo Kante was in the game. I think, honestly, right now, N'Golo Kante is our best player. I think he, even with all these injury scares, every time he comes out fresh. He does what he needs to do, and man, it was just an unbelievable performance from him. Up front, there wasn't too much happening. Definitely, we should have scored. We should have been more clinical, as Tuchel said. It's very important for us to put away the goals. I think we could have won this game at some point. I think Pulisic had a chance when Ziyech gave him the ball. I think Kai Havertz maybe had a chance. Mount also had a chance to maybe cut back or pass the ball back to Chilwell, who could have gone in or shot. You know, there's little things like that where in certain competitions, in certain situations, we need to make sure. So if that means, you know, being smart enough to know that, oh, Chilwell is always coming, I can leave the ball here and run forward, or I can cut back instead of just going for glory. I think those moments are important for our team to kind of get hold of. I know they're still young, but they're semi-finalists. They're young semi-finalists, and it could either be Liverpool or Real Madrid. I think we can beat both, so I'm super excited about the next the semi-final, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But importantly, I want to talk about Thomas Tuchel. So just a quick one on Thomas Tuchel. I think because a lot of us Chelsea fans are still upset about Frank Lampard's sacking and things like that. I see people on social media going, saying, "Oh, thank you, Frank Lampard. You're the one that built this team," and blah 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 blah, and all of these things. And I think that does a disservice to Thomas Tuchel and what he's done for this Chelsea team. I think under Frank Lampard we were okay. I think under Frank Lampard there was a lot of things missing. There was a philosophy missing. I know I spoke about that a lot in my previous videos. When it came to Frank Lampard, there was a philosophy missing. We weren't sure what was going on. And if you look at senior players, because those players are important and integral to the whole team. Senior players like Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Alonso, if those guys are not happy, then you see it filter through the whole team. I think Thomas Tuchel came in, he made his philosophy very clear. He made his position as a leader of this team, as the coach of this team, as a tactician of this team very clear, and you can see it in the way Chelsea football plays. You can see how we were able to be so solid for 93 minutes of the game, where Porto didn't have a sniff. I think they had one shot on target maybe in like the 60-something minute, and that's what Thomas Tuchel has done to, number one, our defense. Now going up front, obviously, we need to work on that, but that comes down to the individual. That comes down to Christian Pulisic being in front of goal and putting it away. That comes down to Timo Werner being in front of goal and putting it away, and so on and so forth. That goes for everyone else. So I think as still traumatized and hurt and whatever as we are about the situation of Frank Lampard, I think it's important to give Tuchel his flowers. I mean, yes, a lot of these young players that were brought in were by Frank Lampard, but again, Frank Lampard didn't have a choice at the time. He brought those players in, and when the transfer window opened, we made all these purchases, and a lot of these new players were very much integrated into Lampard's team. So just to say that, oh, Frank Lampard built this team from scratch and blah blah blah, I think it does a disservice to Thomas Tuchel. Tactically, we look better, and for us to be able to sit here after the season that we had and say, you know what, guys, maybe we can win the Champions League. You know what, maybe we can win the FA Cup. We are going into a Man City game and we're not really that scared because we know what our team is capable of. I think that's a big improvement, and thank you, Thomas Tuchel, for that. That is definitely what this team needed. Anyway, guys, I think I've gone on long enough. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, tell me what you think, your thoughts on Thomas Tuchel. Is he the right man for the job in the long term? Or maybe he isn't. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Right, guys, I will see you for the pre-match of City versus Chelsea in the FA Cup. It's going to be a big one. Hopefully we can get through that too. But before that, enjoy the football, and I will see you later. Peace.